Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so you never miss out on any of our other videos. So here are the top 10 celebrities who immediately regretted their marriages. At number 10, Hugh Grant wishes he didn't break Elizabeth's heart in front of the world. Now, Hugh Grant is no stranger to scandal, infamously getting himself in a spot of trouble when he was caught with a working woman on Sunset Boulevard. This was illegal in itself, but was especially unacceptable because at the time he was in a relationship with Elizabeth Hurley. In 1995, Hugh went on The Tonight Show and recognised that his behaviour was wrong. Rather than trying to make excuses, a hallmark sign of someone who's not really sorry, he took full accountability for what he did.
In any way difficult or dangerous or controversial. I remember the Venice Film Festival, the world premiere of the film. I'm sitting next to James Wilby and James Ivory and Ishmael Merchant in the front row of the sort of...
At number 9, Ryan Reynolds is a catch, and Melissa Joan Hart wishes she saw that. If you had the chance to date Ryan Reynolds and turned it down, you'd probably be dealing with some regrets today. That's certainly true for Sabrina the Teenage Witch actress Melissa Joan Hart. Back before he was a star, Melissa got a chance to work with Ryan, and from what we can tell, a chance to date him, but didn't take it. She now wonders whether she should have taken the chance, which is totally understandable. He wasn't like the Ryan Reynolds that everybody knows today, she says. I had a boyfriend at the time and we were smitten and cute. He was adorable, he was a really nice guy, and he probably would have been a really great boyfriend. At number 8, Amanda Seyfried has a successful life, but she misses someone. Mamma Mia star Amanda Seyfried isn't the kind of a celebrity to expose her personal life to the media, but from the subtle things she said we get the feeling that she might be heartbroken over her split from ex Dominic Cooper. In 2013, the actress admitted that she and Dominic still loved each other, even though they had split. He'll always be in my life, regardless of what his girlfriends or future wife think. I'm never going to be with a guy that can't deal with my friendship with him. That sounds like she still cares for Dominic, and might have some regrets over the way their relationship ended. We had such an amazing experience, so special and separate from everything else we've ever experienced in life, she said of their relationship later in 2014.
No, I'm totally kidding. But she did get hurt. Some girls say they saw her head go all the way around, but that's just a rumor. Some people swear they saw me push her in front of them.
At number 7, listening is a skill Ben McKenzie wishes he'd mastered. When it comes to lessons learned in love and past regrets, Ben McKenzie keeps it pretty simple and straightforward. He's had a few relationships in the past, and the one mistake he wishes he hadn't made so often is never actually listening to what his exes had to say. I love women for being able to knock that out of you. Though Ben has made mistakes, the most important thing is he sees the error of his ways and is constantly growing as a person and as a partner in his relationships. That's what life's all about.
Too passionate about their fandom.
Yeah, because they're pretty scary guys.
I can imagine. Now, you take your acting seriously, which shows in your work, but you...
At number 6, remember that mess with Calvin Harris and Taylor Swift on Twitter? He wishes it never happened. The relationship and messy breakup between Taylor Swift and Calvin Harris made headlines around the globe and was the talk of the industry for weeks. It was always going to be that way, since the people involved are two of the most famous people in the world. Calvin doesn't necessarily regret his relationship with Taylor or the fact it didn't work out, but he does regret not trying harder to keep the fans and media out of it. It took me a minute to realise that none of that matters. I'm a positive guy. For both of us, it was the wrong situation. At number 5, James Franco regrets being a bad boyfriend and not taking his girlfriend to the hospital. For James Franco, his biggest relationship regret isn't a general pattern or a specific person. It's one very simple but very serious mistake he made with one girlfriend a few years ago. All we can say is that if you care about your partner and they need to go to hospital, especially when it's you or your pet that has put them there, you should definitely go with them. James didn't see it that way when his girlfriend was visiting him in New York. My cat had scratched her in the eye, I had so much work to get done for the next day, I didn't take her to the hospital, I had my assistant take her. That moment haunted me so much. What kind of selfish, self-centered boyfriend are you? At number 4, betraying Robert Pattinson still haunts Kristen Stewart. When you think of Hollywood cheating scandals, the men in relationships always seem to come to mind first. And in reality, that's total BS because women are just as capable of cheating as men are. Case in point, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. The actress cheated on her Twilight co-star with film director Rupert Sanders, and was open about the fact that it was one of her biggest regrets ever. I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob. I love him, I'm so sorry. The two were never able to work out the issues between them, but it's good to know that at least Kristen felt remorse for what she did. At number 3, Britney Spears can see marrying Kevin Federline wasn't a good idea. Fans of Britney Spears look back at the Kevin era and shudder. We're not saying it was all his fault, but her whirlwind romance and marriage to the backup dancer certainly ignited Brit's descent into her dark years. She's been through a lot since splitting up from Kevin, including dealing with insane media interest, public meltdowns, and being a single mom. But Brit is finally back to her old self, and looking back at that time, she now knows that she probably shouldn't have married him in the first place. "I think I'm married for the wrong reasons," she said on her documentary For the Record. "Instead of following my heart and doing something that made me really happy, I just did it for the idea of everything." At number 2, Jude Law is still sorry over the whole nanny incident. When a celebrity messes up and gets themselves caught out in a massive scandal, they usually do damage control by sweeping in with a public apology. Their publicists are probably the ones advising them to do this, but that doesn't mean that the apologies aren't genuine. Sometimes they really are sorry and regret what they did. Since that broke the hearts of those around him and transformed him from the most desirable man in the UK to dirtbag overnight, we're guessing he meant it when he publicly stated he was deeply ashamed and upset over what he did to Sienna and the rest of his family. And at number 1, if Kim could do it all over again, she would have married Kanye sooner. During the decade or so that Kim Kardashian has been synonymous with celebrity, she's done a few things that some would find embarrassing and some would regret. But Kim is a firm believer in learning from past mistakes. If there's one move that she wishes she hadn't made and would take back if she could, it's not getting together with Kanye West. "I went through so many mistakes that must have hurt Kanye, watching me get married, knowing that's not the right situation for you," she revealed. "So it was a great feeling when I was finally like, okay, this is it. My only regret is that I didn't give it a shot sooner. It would have saved so much BS. I feel like I got the fairy tale. I should have had even higher expectations because I got the fairy tale." That's all for today, folks. I hope you liked the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another amazing video from us.